Okay, so the modes are Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, which is the half diminished, and back to the C major, back to the one major. So it's one major. If we play it up here, let's do it in second inversion. See, this is what it's about. Let's do it in first inversion. One major, two minor, three minor, four major, five major, six minor, seven half diminished, and the one major again. In second inversion, they might start lower. Okay, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. So there's those three inversions. So these are the three inversion fretboards. Now, why does it have just root on here? Because I can't fit all of the 7 modes on one fretboard to do everything. It's like saying if I wanted to show you everything, I'd just take a picture of the piano. Or here they are, here's everything. I mean, that I'm not saying that, oh, here's everything, here's the piano, right? Here's the piano. That's everything, isn't it? you know. Now I'm not showing off the guitar, but yes, that is everything. And I would want nothing to better to do than to make guitars for you all. But the best I think I can do is find a guitar that everybody can afford for $50, and then size the notes for that guitar. So you can get the guitar, I can order it for you, and with the notes and things like that. And that's going to take some time because I would have to buy one of those guitars and measure them up. And that means buying another guitar. Where am I going to put it around here? I have one over there, I have one over here, and one over here, and I got 4 guitars now. So, and I have keyboards. I have this DX2 Yamaha. It came out in 2001. This is it's really a crazy synthesizer. It's more like a computer, where the keys are buttons. They're not musical all the time. They are musical, of course, but it's so complicated that I don't even use it anymore. I've tried. I've put time into it, but the synthesizer that I like to use is the one that I have. It's the I guess it's the EW400, the Yamaha EW400. So it's got some good stuff. It doesn't have everything. I can't afford the synthesizer that I had when I was doing my computer music research in the 90s, where it was a nice Yamaha PSR 530. They're an old synthesizer, but if you could get your hands on one of those, you're not going to be able to do digital storage, but you're going to be able to make amazing music. Anyway, long story short, the music's been part of my life. Okay, so when you look at, let's get back to what we're talking about. So you look at everything and say, okay, this is it. This is everything's on here. In other words, all this information is on one fretboard, just the notes. That's too complicated, right? It's too complicated. It's like telling yourself, can you say the alphabet backwards? And someone would say, well, yeah, I guess. Let me write it out first, and then I'll just read it backwards. But can you play it backwards? You know what I'm saying? That playing is a different quality. It's a different focus than understanding the keyboard, the fretboards. So what it is, here we have root. We have our root fretboard that has all of the modes. Okay, here's starting with root 3, 5. Okay, then it just repeats itself, root 3 5. All right, so on the guitar, because I assume you want to do guitar, root 3 5, root 3 5. Now that second root 3 5 went straight up and over because of the tuning warp. Okay, and the tuning warp is an interesting animal. So I'll get that chart up for a second. Okay, looks like we hit the hornet's nest on tuning warp here. This is an old diagram. I just got it arbitrarily, just one of my diagrams. If we start with typical unwarped stack of notes, okay, so you have E to G, A to C, D to E, G to A. We have these things repeating here, all right, and we go into these intervals here. This is the E shape right here, second inversion. At this point when I made this chart, I was concerned more with the inversions, not with really assigning them good old shapes, right? Here's first inversion. It's a minor third to the fifth, and then straight up to the octave, and then second inversion. Oh, root positions down here. So this is really like the bottom of a G chord, but a G-shaped C chord. Remember, G, if you want to assign a chord, now back then I wasn't assigning chords to it, but the G chord, right, we can capo this on the A, the high A. Now we have this G-shaped C chord. The doubled note in the G is the C right there. So that's a root position C chord. It's interesting because as you go around that circle of magic circle, the root goes upward, according to certain intervals. So the root will go up to, the second string, all right, to make the F there. And you can start that G shape on the second string. And here we go again, right? All right, so starting the G shape from the second string goes up a fourth to the C. But let's not get involved with that, because that makes my head spin a little bit. Anyway, the warp itself, in this exercise here, what I was doing is taking this basic shape here, all right, this is the C shape before, if you had all perfect force tuning. Okay, this is what that shape is with all perfect force tuning. We're running out of time on this segment, but so the way it is on the guitar, all right, on a regularly tuned guitar, becomes like this. So that is, and then I can bump it down a little bit there, fit it, make it fit. If it was going to be a permanent chart, I'd fuss about this so it looks good. Now this is your C, okay? So I got the capo off so I can play this stuff easier, because I like to finger this stuff. I don't do as well when I'm bouncing off a fretboard, a fret nut rather. And you get, like Jimmy Dillon down in Hawaii, he loves to, do this stuff. It's easy because you're bouncing off that fret nut. I like to just finger these things, because I'm like a piano player. I like to use the fingers more. Anyway, so that's what the C looks like unwarped, and then here's the C unwarped.